Hello my friends, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 ways to charge your batteries. We'll start with the grid. First thing you do, make sure everything is off. BMS's, batteries, everything is off. We have no power here. Double check with your voltmeter to verify that everything is off. Then you're going to pull all your screws, pull this cover off. So in a previous video, I put this all together. If you want a detailed explanation of how to put this system together and wire everything up, I've got that video for you. We'll pull this out. I gotta say, this was really easy to put together. The first system I put together, I had to program everything. The inverter was programmed for lead acid. The batteries were programmed for a different inverter. So I had to program the batteries and the inverter. This one, the batteries came pre-programmed and so did the inverter. I just hooked everything up and it turned right on first go. It's pretty awesome. So I took a 10-foot 50 amp RV cord and I cut it in half. That's what I'm using for these connections. It was fine wire, and so I soldered these to give me a good connection. You can use ferrules if you have them. Okay, you pop it up through there and then tighten these down. Keeps that from moving around. I'm going to wire this in. You want to start with your ground. So there is the ground. Then we're going to hook up the neutral. Now we're going to hook up your hot to the grid. Line 1 will be the black. Okay, there's line 1, the black. Line 2. Okay, I've got them snugged up. Then you're going to want to torque them according to the specs in the manual. Okay, so now we're going to hook up to the grid. Here we go. Now we're going to start the startup procedure, page 56. Because we're grid tied, we're going to start that way. We're going to start with our batteries. Powering them on one at a time, starting with your primary battery. Okay, batteries are on. Powered up to the unit. I don't have any PV hooked up, so we leave that one off. Now we're going to turn on the grid. Turn on the inverter. We're powering up. There you go. We got 119 volts coming in from the grid. Now this inverter, I've set it all up without hooking up the Wi-Fi dongle at all. So you can do it all manual with the screen here. Okay, so see there's our battery, 52.6 volts. Now this thing's just chilling for now. So when you hook it to the grid, this is an off-grid unit. So you can't sell power back to the grid, but you can use grid to hook to it to charge your battery and run stuff. In grid mode, it's basically working like a UPS. It's going to primarily feed off of the grid to power everything, but then it'll use the batteries as a backup. All right, now we're hooked to the generator. 240. I've got this switched over. Now the nice thing about the generator is you can just turn it off and on with the inverter already on. Everything's already powered up. We just come over here like this, bring in generator power in. There you go, we got AC in. Got to change this to generator volts. There's your kilowatts coming in from the generator. So that's the easy way to charge this. You just hook it up like that. The The grid tie is really complex and hard to do. There's so many settings because this will charge from the grid at high peak hours. You can set it when you want it from charge from the grid, how much, all that kind of stuff. A lot to do there. With the generator, you just plug it in, turn it on, then you can go in, you can set how much it's going to draw. This is the default. It's drawing 1700 watts, charging the batteries. So as a mobile power station, that's how you're going to want to charge it. Just wheel it over, plug it in, charge it up. The EG4 website has some really good info on settings and all that. This is hooked to the other power station, the generator. It shows how much power we're consuming, 3,000 watts. Part of that's going into the house. The house is all plugged in too. But we've got line 1 and line 2. The line 1 is also powering the house. So something in the house is taking a bit of power. And line 2 is just coming over to here. So that's how you power it up with a generator. The generator, you can also, this inverter's got dry ports, so you can have this turn your generator off and on according to your battery voltages or percentage of charge. All right, let's hook up another way to charge this thing. All right, now we're going to hook up solar panels to this 6000 XP. So these are Solyndra solar panels. I got these for free, and they're just sitting on the roof. They're not mounted or anything like that. Because these are round, it doesn't matter which angle the sun is at, they get good solar gain. Some of the rays do bounce off the roof back up and get some power. So as far as square footage for efficiency, they're not great. But when you can just lay them out something like this, they're awesome. So we're going to go into the house and we're going to show you how much power is coming into the batteries. So I've got the solar panels coming in. You got your positive right here, your negative right here. This is PV1. This inverter has 2 inputs for your solar. If you're only running 1 string of solar in, you're going to hook it into 1, and then you can bring your second string into 2. Each of the charge controllers on this is good for 4,000 watts of power. So you can do a total of 8,000 watts coming into here at a maximum of 480 volts. Okay, we've got the cover back on. Solar's all hooked up. Now we're going to go ahead and turn it on. Okay, we've got power coming in now. I've got the app opened up using the Wi-Fi dongle. I'm hooked in using the Wi-Fi, and we've got 2,883 watts coming in from the solar panels into the house. 2,563 watts is what's going to the batteries. We've got 149 watts going into the house to power stuff. So there you go. That's your solar charging, which is obviously the best way to charge your batteries because it's free power, especially when you get free solar panels. So there you go. Now I'm going to show you how to charge with 120 volts. I've wired this plug into here, into the generator breaker. I've got the hot right here, black going into the hot side. I've got the neutral over to here and the ground over to the ground. And that's how you wire in a 120 cord to charge with. So this is a Champion dual fuel inverter generator. It's 3,400 watts on gas, 3,000 on propane. I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Okay, we've got the generator on. I've got the PV is off. We're going to go ahead and flip the generator breaker. You hear that click? Now it's bringing in generator power. Generator is an easy way to charge on these for sure. We've got the generator's power to the house and over and to the batteries. So we've got 2,059 watts coming in from our generator, 1,676 watts charging our batteries, and we've got 235 watts going through this cord powering the house. Okay, and then you look and you've got line 1 and line 2, 0 power flowing through them. Direct generator feed to here. The way I have this wired is I've got line 1 running these 2 outlets and line 2 running these 2. Now the drawback to charging with 120 is only line 1 is live and line 2 has no power in it. So if you're running a full 240 into your house, then you're only going to have power in half your house as you're charging your batteries. As you can see, there is no power in that one. Now if we plug it in over here, I'm only going to turn the heat gun on halfway, because if I turn it on all the way, it's going to be too much draw on the generator. We're already pushing the harmonic distortion pretty hard on this generator. There you go, heat gun is on. Everything's running line 1. We're running 527 watts into the house now. Coming in from the generator is 2,395 watts. So we're really pushing that generator more than we want to, because the harmonic distortion is not going to be good on this inverter. And that's why people use charge inverters, because that way they don't damage their inverter when they're using dirty power. I do want to point out I have not changed any settings on this inverter. I'm doing factory default on everything I'm doing. You can fine tune it for charging. So there you go, charging with 120. What we've got here is a Vatrer lithium iron phosphate battery charger. This is for golf carts. It came with the battery for the golf cart. And what I'm doing is I'm hooking this directly to my batteries. I've got it hooked here. I've got the positive hooked to my positive, my negative hooked to my negative on my inverter. You could hook them on directly on your batteries, but these leads weren't long enough, so this is how I hooked it up. Okay, so then we're gonna take it out and plug it into some AC. So I haven't used that Vatrer battery charger since I put the solar panel on this golf cart. This is the battery that we're going to be using, the Vatrer battery, and this comes with that charger, which is pretty cool. And I've got a 3,000 watt EG4 inverter hooked up to the battery. And now we're turn on the inverter, plug in our power cord, and we'll go in and see how well it's charging. Okay, so I've got the PV turned off, so the only way to charge this is with this. We're gonna plug it in. There you go, it's on. You can hear that fan going now. So the only way I can tell how much power is coming in is by going directly to the batteries and looking at them. So there you have it. It says it's charging. I don't know that you can tell how much power is coming in, but these battery chargers put in like 1,000 watts. So there you go. So there you have it. I'm running it on high. Line 2 has full power. So you've got a full 240 volts coming out. Okay, so in conclusion, obviously grid charging is the most complicated because there's so many settings you've got to go through to program this on times a day and watts and the amps and everything that you want to charge your batteries and settings. So that is a lot more complicated. It's not just plug and play. I haven't changed any settings on here. I've just plugged in generators and stuff. So with the 240 volt generator, I just plugged it in. Obviously that's a great way to charge if you've got it. Solar is by far the most awesomest way you could possibly charge because it's free power and it just works all the time. Even on cloudy days, it puts out enough power to make a big difference. 110 volt charging on these. As you can see, it works. It's probably not the best way to charge, but it is doable. You lose a whole leg of power when you're charging. So an external charger like this is actually a pretty good way to go as well, because whatever size generator you have, you can just charge and you don't have to worry about harmonic distortion ruining your inverter. Now I think it's pretty funny that I'm running stuff the opposite way everybody else does. I'm using the golf cart and the charger from the golf cart to charge my home power system. So EG4 does have a charge inverter that's good for 120 volts and 240 volts. So when you're doing this kind of stuff, be careful. Refer to your owner's manual. You are dealing with really high voltage with your PV. You got 240 volts there. You want to be careful and stay safe. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next video.